Good morning. Let me share with you my thoughts on how teachers can actually ignite passion and excellence to be standing in the gap between the learning loss and um, education recovery. So just a quick poll so that we'll know the years of teaching that you have. Sino na dito yung 1 to 3 years pa lang sa teaching? You can type in the chat box. Also, sino na dito yung umaabot na ng 10 years, nakakuha ng loyalty award. And then we have the 11 to 20 years. Yan, heart react. And then we have like me, who spent already a very long time of my life teaching in the public school. I spent 20 years in the public schools. And right now, I'm nearing my 6th year in teaching in the public or state university as well. So sabi nila pag 0 to 3 years is the honeymoon phase of your teaching career. So very excited, very engaged, and yung passion, very passionate. And then now 4 to 10 years is the time of being proficient. And then of course in 11 to 20 years you would like to believe that we are already teacher leaders at our own right. But sabi nila yung 35 plus years na fossilize na daw yung teachers. So sana hindi naman kayo, di ba? So yung mga teachers na parang maong, no? Kupas, may mga pakupas na, pero tayong lahat dito ay walang kakupas-kupas. Ikaw yon, wala kang kakupas-kupas, di ba? And so when we talk about teaching why you're still here, bakit nagtuturo ka pa? Ba't hanggang ngayon ay nandito ka pa rin, no? At nagtuturo sa mga estudyante kahit ang hirap-hirap. Despite the challenges, why did you choose to stay? Why did you choose to be with your students as well at this point in time of a pandemic? Kasi, yan, mga estudyante ko, why not? Bakit hindi? Bakit hindi magstay? Bakit hindi magtuturo? And you actually, I would like to congratulate you because you have answered the call, no, of the time. And you are a frontliner and you are important as well. So, well, I just did a social experiment last time and I was really overwhelmed by the responses of my students as well. Natutuwa ako na yung mga estudyante ko 20 years ago, 14 years ago, and that's what makes us move forward, no, and stay. Yan. Because we're doing what we love, no? But I believe that I'm doing what I love at this point in time and that I'm engaging myself in the teaching because I love my students and I love doing this. And we are here, all of you, without any prodding by your school head, went to this webinar because you love what you're doing. So that keeps the fire burning. So what keeps your fire burning? What's inside you? What drives you? Lagi natin sinasabi, para sa bata, para sa bayan. Lagi sinasabi na, kasi ito yung tama. Ito yung tamang gawin. Diba? So, itong mga assumption, tama o mali, pwede nyo ilagay sa chat box. Hindi biro ang maging guro sa pandemya. Tama o mali? Yan. Walang classroom na walang problema o walang virtual classroom na walang problema. Tama o mali? Pero may solusyon sa bawat problema. Tama o mali? Yan. Ang pagtuturo ay nakakapagod at nakakasawa. Siguro mali kasi nakakapagod pero masaya at hindi ito nakakasawa kasi nandito pa tayo. Okay? Kasi may compass ka. Ito yung compass mo, no? Ang pagtuturo ay kailangan ng compass para tayo ay magpatuloy. Ang mga compass natin sa buhay, yan yung pinaniniwalaan natin, yan yung pinangahawakan natin, at yan yung pinaninindigan natin. So number 1, no? As we go through, we build our image. After all of these things that have happened in the pandemic, how do we build our image? Anong image tayo? Sabi nga nila, hindi lahat ng maganda nag-artista. Yung iba dito. Yan, ikaw yon. So, hindi nag-artista, di ba? So, sabi ng mga bata, si Mama may superpower. So, I teach what's your superpower. Kasi meron kang dating at meron kang galing. Ito yung teorya ko dito. Yung dating, yun yung character. Yung galing mo, yun yung competence mo. Okay? So, total naman, uso ang Squid Games. Hayaan ninyong i-quote ko dito si Dr. Ken Paul sa kanyang types of the teacher. So, ito si the recitationist, 'di ba? Bawal gumalaw. No, tanggal na siya, the strict, beautiful teacher. Ikaw ba itong the learning made fun teacher or the techie one? O teacher mo na hindi mo maintindihan yung tanong, kaya hindi mo rin maintindihan yung sagot. Ikaw ba to? The disciplinarian, the merciful teacher, remember? Teacher mo na hinihila yung grade mo para makapasa. Ikaw ba hinihila yung grade ng mga estudyante para makapasa? Considerate teacher, si Ali. The good-looking teacher. Teacher mo na sermon ng sermon bago magturo. Teacher mo na sobrang hirap ng task. Ikaw ba yung sobrang hirap magbigay ng task? O the caring teacher. Teacher mo na pagod. Parang ako to. Teacher na pagod. Pero ito, yung in love na teacher. Siyempre, last episode na to ngayon. So, ayan. So, lagi nating sinasabi, ang dating mo ay yung character mo at yung galing mo yan yung competence. No? Magaling at mabuti. Ang dating ay ang pagiging mabuti at ang galing ay pagiging magaling na pagtuturo. So, ang dating, pagiging mabuti ay nagdulot ng magandang relationships. Ang galing o yung pagiging magaling ay nagdudulot ng magandang results. Okay, equals successful organizations. Alala ko na naman si Mix at si Lyda, no? Sabi na, pag gusto mong maging magaling, huwag mong kalimutan na maging mabuti ka. Okay? So, we teach with our identity and our integrity. Ang ating dating at ang ating galing ay mahalaga. Okay? How do we teach for to augment the learning loss? We need to be bricoleurs, no? Bricoleurs. Teachers as bricoleurs, and we do bricolage. And bricolage is the art of creating something out of available things, and that's what you are, no? And it's a way to solve problems by trying, testing, and playing around. So that's what we do as teachers as well. But do you believe when I say teaching is a heartbreaking activity? No, that's according to Parker J. Palmer in his book, The Heart of a Teacher. Because we teach with the heart. We teach with this one. We teach with love. We put the love in this. And we, pag tinanong kayo, are you in love with your teacher? Have you ever been in love with your students? Are your students your first love at first sight when you see them? No, masasabi natin na this what drives us. No, this is the passion, the love for learning, and the love for our students. No, like sinasabi, pass, ion equals love, passion, passion. Of course, we know what an ion is, di ba? It's a charged particle, and you are charged to love your students as well. Okay? So teaching, according to Parker J. Palmer, tugs the heart. It opens the heart. It even breaks the heart. And the more one loves teaching, the more heartbreaking it can be. So anong mga kwento ng pandemya na dumudurog ng puso mo sa ngayon, 'di ba? Ang daming, pero gusto nating palitan itong mga kwento ng pandemya ng mga kwento ng paniniwala, mga kwento ng pag-asa at mga kwento ng pagmamahal na we were able to surpass this pandemic, this learning in pandemic, the learning loss because of the love that we have for learning and for our students as well. the faith in every student, that hope for our country, and the love for learning in our students. The three of this now remains, but the greatest of this is love. So, teaching now, teacher leader should be making a difference job. It's mad, no? It's us being mad. Yung salitang mad, pwede rin kasing sa salitang tulong, no? Kung may tinulungan ka, may naitulong. O meron bang taong walang naitulong? I don't think so. Lahat may pwedeng iambag, 'di ba? Lagi natin sinasabi, ano, itong isang to pinagtulungan to. Pero yung pinagtulungan, bigyan natin ng magandang pakahulugan sa mga bata, no? Paano natin pagtutulong-tulungan itong edukasyon sa pandemya, no? Para matapos tayo at makarecover tayo pagkatapos nito. 'Di ba? At sa pamamagitan ng pagtulong na 'yan, naiiba tayo. Nakikita ng mga estudyante na bagamat tayo ay nagkakaiba-iba, at ako ay may kaibahan sa iyo, pero tayo ay nasa gawain ng nag-iiba tayo. Iniiba natin ng istorya. Nag-iiba tayo. Someone who changed, no? For the better, and someone who's in the business of making a difference, no? Possible change. Because we are all mad here. We are all making a difference. Are you mad? MAD, making a difference. Sabi nga ni Mother Teresa, let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier. Be the living expression of God's kindness in your face, kindness in your smile. And that's what you are doing, teachers. That's who you are. Diba? Again, I would like you to remember this one, that we are all mad here. We are all making a difference. Diba? And so we want to thrive, not just to survive, but to thrive. We want to lead our co-teachers, our students as well, to thrive and not just to survive. No? At sa pagmumuno natin, dalawa yon, ano? Sa salitang namumuno. Namumuno is to lead and namumuno is to feel. Pareho natin ginagawa as teacher leaders. Okay? Namumuno ka, pinupuno mo ang puso. Namumuno ka kasi kailangan ng leader sa panahon ngayon. Kailangan may mag-lead sa ating mga kasamahan. No? At ginagamit natin itong mga natutunan natin para magkaroon tayo ng maayos na pamumuno sa kanila. We are all teacher leaders. So, teacher at the heart of education recovery. We will lead the education recovery, but of course, there are problems that must be answered, again, in terms of how teachers should also be assisted as well. Okay, because in a year's time, there will be a lot of shortage among the teachers. And so we want to be of help and support, no? Each other in the human-centered recovery. We help each other cope. You have been there, maybe you have been infected before, but you have recovered. We have addressed the inequalities and we help each other cope up, no? Bayanihan, ilang teachers ang nagsimula ng community pantry, tumulong sa mga bata, namigay ng tablet, nagsakripisyo, at nanawagan para ma-address natin itong problema na ito ng mga estudyante natin. So thank you very much. Also, be ensured of your safety in the schools and colleges, in the universities. You should get vaccinated. Let's campaign for an education recovery plan that puts the teachers as also as frontliners. Diba? And we would like to thrive for a safe and supported working condition, such as free from prejudice, discrimination, with the needed technological support, and safe and decent working hours. So natin yan, we lead this kind of an education recovery plan so that we can improve our performance as well as others' performance and our students' performance as well. So we all want a better system of education. So we lead into the reintegration plan and flexible plan of meeting the needs of our learners and of our community. We can develop resources, plans, and learning materials, no, that will help, no, our education to recover. And then we also have education recovery plans such as different professional development to upskill ourselves on the use of educational technology to support learning and the shift to hybrid from pure online to hybrid teaching and learning to adapt, no, the content and the pedagogical responses in pedagogies, no, to a very diverse continuum of our learners. We focus on teacher quality. We focus on developing our career as well. We focus on thriving towards the new normal. Okay? So we need to focus on pre-service and in-service education because we all say that the quality of our education system can never exceed the quality of its teachers. You are at the heart of education recovery and you are important. Sabihin mo sa sarili mo, ikaw ay mahalaga. Mahalaga ka sa sistema na ito at mahalaga na ina-upgrade ang sarili. Okay? So, sa mga leaders nandito, we need to listen to our teachers. We as teacher leaders, we need to listen to our coworkers. We need to have them, help them find their voice. No? Find their voices. When I mean find their voices, let it be consultative, consult our teachers. Let's sit down together, magplano tayo. Ito yung gagawin natin. Okay? And of course, this one, to create channels for the participation of teachers and their organizations in educational decision making. Yan. In the knowledge that they will produce, in the governance and management. No, let's put that dialogue as the new normal. No, i-normalize natin yung participation, yung dialogue, consultation among teachers. And we have to ensure support system for teachers and students as well. We need to lower the digital divide. This is, I cannot overemphasize this enough. No, this is very important. Well, we have, just to share, no, best practice. We have this practice at the Philippine Normal University, supporting teachers and non-teaching as well. And then, of course, the project that I lead in the university, it's called the Project Tanglao, where we provide technological support among our students. And then the helpline, no? Sana sa school nyo meron kayong helpline para sa mga teachers din, kung mga education leaders or school heads and master teachers or who are leading the school. No, as a teacher leader, sana meron tayong ganito. So, all in all, saan ba ito, where does it all boil down? It boils down to the care and compassion, no? The caring and compassionate culture that we can have, no? And so this year, the World Teachers Day, anyway, October pa lang, no, celebration took place, no, where there's a dialogue for the recommendations and applications of recommendations concerning teaching personnel. So to look at how teachers can be supported in terms of their role in human-centered recovery or education recovery after this new normal. Okay, so look at how we experience the pandemic and focus on and listen to individual needs and address the conditions and needs of the teachers, identify the skill gaps that you have, and find opportunities to develop them. Okay? Upskill and retool rather than replacing, of course. We want to be prepared for future disruptions. and we want to foster a culture of continuous development among us, no? That's why we're here. That's why ILEP, FDI, no, the Fulbright ILEP officers and members, we do not really stop in reaching out to teachers because we deem it very important, no, to be supportive of the culture of continuous development among our teachers. And so also there are so many skills that we need to learn right now as the work landscape is changing. And so the teacher keeps on innovating. We need to innovate, but we also need to provide meaningful opportunities, no, for everyone to continue contributing to the common good. Yeah. And most importantly, to keep communication lines open between and among community members of the school. So we want to ensure quality education as one of the most important things you can do for the future generation. If you want to have a good future, the future is now. The future is our student. When you look at the student, you see the future, and we forge our future as teacher leaders now. Diba? So if you want, you can get yang key takeaway, or you just type in your comments at the chat box, and we will continue on with the question and answer later. So thank you very much for listening to my talk, and good morning, everyone.